The Icons of Real Estate Podcast. Are you ready to learn the proven money-making secrets from top-producing icon agents? Ready to skyrocket your business? This podcast is for you. Tune in every week with your host, Tomasz Fonseca, and find out how to implement proven strategies to 10 times your business, from $3 million to $30 million in just 12 months. Brought to you by the Masters in Real Estate Marketing, Arter SEO.
Hello and Happy New Year, all right? Happy 2025. Man, I'm so excited because we are back, ladies and gentlemen. And well, today we have an amazing guest. We thought we start off 2025 with a bang, and today's guest, he's a luminary in the real estate industry. And when he's not out conquering the real estate industry, he's out on his motorcycle, like the Terminator, just checking out neighborhoods that he's going to take over. All right. You probably know him because he left you with a smile when he gave you the best service in Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome today's guest, Adam McCallister. Welcome to the show, sir.
Oh, you met me. I was excited. I wasn't sure who this guy was. I'm like, dude, that guy sounds amazing. He sounds cool. That's a guy I want to work with.
Hey.
And I'm sorry to hear he's not available. So you got stuck with me.
Well, that cool guy is you. That cool guy is you.
No, thank you for having me on, and yes, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Adam. Well, when I found out that you're a biker, I was curious, like, what kind of bike do you ride? What kind of bike do you have?
Yeah, I have a 2018 Indian Chieftain.
Okay. All right. What does that look like?
It looks like a big bike. So it is a big cruiser with the hard saddlebags, and it sounds silly, but my favorite feature of the bike is that it has a windshield that I have a button that makes it go up and down. And that sounds totally trivial and small, but it's just one of those neat little features. So no, that has become my favorite form of therapy.
I like that. I can picture you right now on your motorcycle, with some black shades on. Do you ever take a bike to like listing appointments? Like just
Yeah. Here's the thing. It's one of the things I love to do.
Yeah.
Because in real estate, it's all about building rapport and breaking down barriers. Because we're taught at a young age, hey, don't meet strangers, and don't go to strange people's homes.
Yeah.
And what do we do for a living? We meet strangers in stranger people's homes.
Yeah.
So when I pull up on the bike, it automatically knocks any walls that anybody has down, because I'm not showing up as the stereotypical realtor, getting out of a white 3 Series BMW or Mercedes.
Yeah.
I'm a dude with, a vest on and jeans and throwing a leg over, a cruiser. And they're like, okay, you're different. I like you. So it just breaks down any barriers for the most part.
Yeah. I'm curious. I want to know how this all started. How did you first get into real estate? Take us back, all the way back before you got your license. What motivated you to pursue a career in real estate?
Yeah, so my path was a little bit different. So before I got into real estate, I actually was in radio and was a DJ for 20 years. So I have to laugh a little bit because I'm not sure exactly what to wear to a podcast, because podcasting started as an audio medium, and now it's become more of a VOD, a video cast. So now there's visuals, and I've got a face built for radio, not necessarily built for people to see. So I'm like, man, what the heck do I wear? And I used to do morning radio, and if you think the glamorous real estate convenience store gas station dinner in your car between appointments is glamorous, let me tell you, getting up at 3:30 in the morning to go do morning radio, you're not even putting on your best hoodie or sweatshirt. You're just trying to find something that doesn't stand up on its own. So But no, I was in radio, was a DJ for 20 years.
Mm.
Um, uh, the if I go back, the year I got my license was 2012, and that year we had, let's see, we had 44 weddings that were on our calendar that we were doing. There's only 52 weeks in a year, so I'll let everybody do the math on that. I was doing a daily radio show. I was the on-field MC for our local minor league baseball team here in York. Did the on-field for our arena football team in Harrisburg, and then had like 12 different corporate clients that I would do their audio work for and events. And so I was never home. And that summer, I was in the middle of a radio contest in the Baltimore area. And unfortunately, it kind of blew up in my face. And around that same time, my daughter, I have twin boy and girl, Ryan and Nicole. And it was about that time I was on the phone with them, and Nikki was like, "Hey, Dad, we're coming back down this weekend. Are we going to see you, or are we going to spend it with Grandma again?" And I just say that's that Indiana Jones moment. You know, if you remember the Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, where he's in the cage and the guy's like, "Oh, come on, rah," and he literally pulls the heart out of the dude's chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that statement my daughter made literally pulled the heart out of my chest, and I could see it there beating. And that's when I knew it was time to make a change. And so I sat up all night. It was a Wednesday night in August. I can remember it clear as day. And I just sat down with a yellow legal pad of paper, and I'm like, man, what is it that I can do, that I can use what little notoriety I have here in my local area to benefit me and my family and get my time back, so I can actually see my kids more and be there as dad. And by morning, the only thing that was on that sheet of paper was real estate. And the following morning, I had walked into the office of the brokerage that I had met with like 2 years prior, just to help a friend out to go, okay, I'll humor you and go have the meeting. And it was like a year, 2 years later, and I was there at 9 o'clock, and I'm like, hey, I'm ready. What do I got to do to get my license?
Yeah.
And that's how it began.
Wow. That is amazing. Um, well, I mean, I think just like a lot of people that get into real estate, right? They do it for that reason, right? You want the freedom. You want to be able to spend time with your family. How was it within the first year? Did you find it easy having to balance, real estate and spending time with your family? Did it work out just as you imagined, or was it like, okay, what did I get myself into here?
It probably took about 2 years before I was able, because my entertainment, my DJ business, I still had folks under contract with that. So I had those first 2 years in real estate where I was getting my feet underneath of me, but still, and if you're new to real estate, or you remember when you're new, I didn't have a huge nest egg to sit on top of to go, oh, I can just go do real estate, and I can go for the next 4 or 5, 6 months without helping somebody and getting a check. Like, no, I was still out, making sure we kept a roof over our head while I was building the real estate business. But yeah, it probably took 2 years. I remember by October 2015, I had finished my last contract that I had signed with a couple to do their work on the DJ and entertainment side. And it was that year that I really started to reclaim more of my time. And it really it hit at a good time, because it was hitting just as my twins were entering high school. So being able to be there, for those 4 years of high school, and then really kicked into gear for when they went to college. So they're all graduated now, and one of them is now married. So it's it's been great.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, the hardest part of real estate is just getting started, right? Like for a lot of people, for them to kick off, their first sales, is they look into the sphere of influence, people around them. And I can imagine with you being a DJ, you had a lot of people that you worked for. So how did you utilize that to help you kickstart your real estate journey?
Yeah, I remember I went to I don't want to drop the name of the brokerage that I started at. Anybody who knows me, you can do the research on that. I don't want to give them any extra airtime. So, but I remember going to one of their training classes while I was in the process of getting my license. And it was enough for me to get enough information and get familiar enough with some basic scripts that I was able to call all of my past, couples that I DJ'd their wedding for. I was able to get, when I went to the stadium, and saw, fans that had become friends and be able to have one-on-one conversations with them with what I was doing. And then just going down through my, my phone and just calling all my contacts to be able to say, hey, this is Adam McCallister. Don't know if you knew this or not, but I just went and got my real estate license, and here is why. So if you know anybody who's looking to buy or sell or, invest in real estate, by the way, just giving away that line, everybody's going, oh, now I know where he was at. So being able to have those conversations really helped out because, what I noticed was all the time I spent helping couples organize and plan the biggest day of their life, which is their wedding, was very similar to helping someone make the biggest purchase of their life and buying a home. It's that wants, needs analysis. It's, what's important, what's not important. Let's give you a roadmap and to buy a house. And I found that was almost identical to helping someone plan out a wedding. So that for me, that was the easy part. And then getting out and actually doing real estate, making the contacts, getting out and not being afraid to go host open houses and go door knock when I first started. Just getting out there was super important and made that easier because I was already out promoting myself with running the business I was running before I got into real estate.
Oh, so I mean, I think you had it quite easy. I mean, I'm sure you probably did. You ever think about playing a set at one of your open houses, like just DJing at the open houses?
No, because that was before gear got smaller. Like when I was DJing, I was still using boxes and boxes of either records or CDs, and large, QSC K12 speakers. So never DJed in an open house. I didn't think anybody wanted me bringing that much gear into their living room.
If you could now, I mean, now that the gear is a bit more portable, would you ever do it?
Here's the deal. Music has changed so much. I had this conversation with someone just a couple months ago. I'm like, man, music has changed so much that I'm not even sure where to begin.
Oh yeah.
Could I jump back in and do a show and then do a club? I could. But man, it's evolved so much that I would,
I can play the classics.
What's that?
You can play the classics. I mean, I think people still appreciate those.
Play the classics and fumble my way through the new stuff. But yeah, it's changed. Like I remember my daughter's wedding was this past September.
Yeah.
And there was music, and I'm like, what is this? It wasn't bad. It was just, what is this? Because the vibe shifted so much.
Yeah.
So, no, it's just like real estate. That's a world that's constantly evolving as well.
It is. It really is. And speaking of a world that's evolving, especially in real estate. I mean, you have EXP, a brokerage that you joined. It's what I love about it is it's different. It stands out in everything they do. What led you to join EXP, and what motivated you to join EXP?
In full complete transparency, I was dragged along. So the first part of this is going to get uncomfortable for anybody at EXP. And that is, it was a little over a year ago. It was October of 2023. My business partner, my brother, Rob Myers, so it's been the Adam McCallister, Rob Myers team now for the last year and 4 months with EXP. We were an independent brokerage for the better part of 10 years. In fact, we were like 2 months shy of our 10th year anniversary. when he was approached by EXP about coming on as one of the managing brokers for the state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And so I remember him calling me up and he's like, hey, Adam, we got to have a conversation and it's not going to be an easy one. And he told me, he's like, hey, here's the deal. He's like, I can either accept this position, and if so, we got to move our brokerage in as a team into EXP, or I turn this down and we keep rolling independent. And we looked at the numbers and looked at everything and made the business decision to come to EXP. And I'm not going to lie, we were independent for so long that I went kicking and screaming. I'm like, all right, because we're going to do this. I'm not happy about it, but we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, looking back now, it was single-handedly the best decision we've ever made. And I almost want to go back and grab the 2023 me and go, what were you so upset about? What were you afraid of? Because this is totally, it's changed our business for the good in every avenue. 2024 was one of my best years ever in real estate. And then looking at the extra added benefits that you get with EXP, it's like, oh my God, how much money could I be sitting on right now that over the last 10 years that we're just now getting a taste of, with the revenue share, with hitting Icon this past year with the stock. It's like, oh my God, how much money have we left on the table over the last 10 years that now getting a little taste of it this past year, it's like, man, this is where we should have been all along.
Yeah. I mean, I think the way you joined it is kind of unique because that's how most people feel, right? Before they start anything new. Especially if they're in a partnership and one person wants to do it and the next is like, I don't know if this is a good idea. I think you share the same feelings as most people when they hear about EXP. They're like, oh man, is it really something I should get into? I feel like you can definitely relate to a lot of people and that I'm sure has helped you reach out to other people that have joined. But I'm more curious. I like getting a bit personal when it comes to EXP because for me, when I look at the model, it's unique, right? For me, it's the first brokerage that is agent focused, that takes care of the agent, right? And as a father, I mean, what does it mean to you? I mean, joining EXP, being able to leave a legacy, being able to leave something for your kids, what does it mean to you, to be part of such a massive movement?
I think the biggest thing, it's a sense of relief,
Mm.
because I mean, you think about our business and everybody rushes to get their license and get into this. And then you get caught in what I'm going to call the hamster wheel of real estate, where every day, you're just churning and burning. It's when's the next client, when's the next networking event, when's the next, you're just constantly in the business. And then you go, okay, but what does getting out of this business look like? And I think that's one of the biggest things we've learned is that there's an exit strategy for real estate with this, with what EXP offers and what they have to offer us, and what we're able to build in, quite honestly, a very short period of time. Because with running our own independent brokerage and running our team, every dollar we make ends up going back into the business. And it's like, okay, so here's what we're investing back into the business so we can continue to get better. And then for this last year, I just looked at the stock program and I'm like, wow, that's just in the first year.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the exit strategy, between, with that, the revenue share, like that's the exit strategy to go, okay, wait a minute. So if I just do what I normally do in 5 years or less, if I choose to stay in real estate, it's up to me, but there's a way out that, I'm not 70 years old and still out taking Zillow leads on a Saturday afternoon, or, it's a snowy day right now, here in York. And I'm not going, oh crap, we're not going to make the budget because I can't get out today because of the snow. So I look at what's there is it's an exit strategy to be able to, one, be able to afford a really nice life post real estate and be able to give back to our kids and be able to continue to give back to our community, even when we're no longer in the day to day of real estate and we're sort of above it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I'm curious. What is 2025 looking like for you guys? Any exciting developments? What do you guys have in store for us in 2025?
Yeah. I mean, for 20 to look back a second, 2024 was just figuring out
Yeah.
because we were figuring out this EXP thing, and now we've gotten a good handle on it, and now we sort of know what's in front of us and what's possible. So for 2025, I mean, the word is like growth and explosion. I'm not going to say expansion; it's explosion. It's having conversations with other agents, and it's inviting folks to not only join our team, but to join us. Because I look at other agents that do the similar business that I do, or even more, and going, wait a minute, there's a pot of gold you aren't even aware of that you could be sitting on right now. And there are agents that do phenomenal business that you're like, oh yeah, why not be part of us? And why not better your life? So it's having those conversations and inviting them to see what's possible. And then in addition, I know for me, I've got a personal goal to help 100 first-time home buyers this year. And so with that, today is the official day one launch of my first-time home buyer podcast. That's going to be a big part of 25 for me. So we can add that to our expansion, and more so than just the expansion. As agents, we know one of the biggest obstacles we have is fighting misinformation and bad information. So this is kind of my way to get real world real estate home buying information in front of the general public. So it's like, oh, this isn't just Google University or, my Uncle Dan who bought a house back in 1989. And let's face it, we don't buy and sell homes the same way we did, back in 89. So it's trying to give some real world examples and real world information for folks so they can be smarter consumers.
Wow. Sounds exciting. Sounds exciting. I hope you guys heard that, right? The podcast is on the way. I believe if you're watching this right now, the trailer's already out. All right, so go check it out. We will have Adam's details in the description, all the links to his podcast and to his website as well. Now, Adam, for those that are listening to this right now and saying, hey, you know what? I think I have what it takes. All right, I'm looking for a home. I just got my license, or I'm an experienced agent, and I want to be part of this movement. I want to join EXP, but I also want to join, people that have definitely had a lot of experience in the industry. How can they get in contact with you or Rob and the team?
Yeah, so if you visit the truck stop about an hour north of me, there's a public bathroom with a wall inside. Somebody has a name with a Sharpie down. It's just, oh, you meant a real answer. Okay, I'm sorry.
Wait. I was like, yo, oh man.
Jim's like, we got to edit this part out. We totally have to edit this out.
No, we're going to keep it.
Honestly, just reach out to me. We're going to keep it beautiful. I like it. This is the PG-13 episode that goes on the hidden pod. No, quite honestly, I love having those conversations. You can reach out to me via email. My email address is adam@nmtwithexp.com. Welcome to call me. Have those conversations. Reach out to me through social media. I'm an open book, man.
All right, I love it. All right, guys, you heard that, right? Reach out to Adam. Like, if you're looking for the best service in Pennsylvania, all right, who knows? I'm not promising you that he's gonna, play a set at your housewarming, but I'm saying maybe he might do it. All right, for the right amount of money, he might do it. So if you want to work with a professional that will help you make the biggest decision of your life, and we'll guide you through that, then, hit up Adam and the team. If you are looking for a home, you're a realtor and you're looking for a home, you want to grow, hit up Adam and the team, right? And man, if you just have a bike and maybe you want to ride through Pennsylvania, man, look, hit up Adam. He's always open for that. Adam, I want to thank you for being an amazing guest. It was a blast. It was a blast. I really enjoyed hearing your story. I think our audience is definitely going to love this. And they're definitely going to reach out to you because of this. You are an amazing person, very funny. Man, you really lit up the room. I mean, at least my room. And I think you definitely did the same for anyone listening to this. And not only that, you really did motivate and inspire us to also pursue, great things out there. I mean, I think for all of us, we always make that decision that we sometimes look back at and like, man, why was it so hard for me to just say yes? But I'm grateful that you said yes. I mean, we wouldn't have you on the show if you didn't say yes. So thank you so much for being an inspiration and being an amazing human being.
Tim, thank you so much. It was my pleasure to be on, and just thank you for the opportunity, man. I really do appreciate it. And yes, if you're in the area and want to ride, you don't even have to buy a house. Let's just go ride. Now, not today because we've got 3 inches of snow out there today.
Oh
But
yeah. I mean, you'll make a plan. I mean, you guys will definitely make a plan, right?
oh yes, we will.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you got this far, you know what you need to do. Hit the like button. Share this with your friend, your social circle, because they will love you forever. Don't forget to check out Adam's podcast. It's coming out real soon. In fact, it's already out. So go check it out. The details are in the description. It has been your host, Timothy Caetano, with the amazing Luminary in real estate, DJ, part-time. I mean, he's not DJing, part-time biker, amazing realtor. I think he's a Terminator as well, guys. It's just me because like I just had some Terminator vibes when he said that he's a biker as well. So hey, he might be a Terminator as well. But all I do know is he is terminating when it comes to the real estate industry. And if you are in York, definitely do business with him. You will not regret it. Ladies and gentlemen, till we meet again next time. Take care and peace.